Alright guys, everybody's requested this video. Today we are doing oxtails. Yay! First, you're going to start off with washing your oxtail. So I have some vinegar and limes or lemons. Now that my oxtail's all clean, we're going to go ahead and start seasoning it. You're going to add some oxtail seasoning. I bought it from my Caribbean grocery store. Then I chopped up some onions. I chopped up Scotch bonnet, some thyme. And we are going to add all that to our oxtails. Yeah, guys, you can tell I love my Scotch bonnets. Then I'm going to add some red pepper flakes. Not a lot. It depends on your spice level. Then I'm going to add some of my favorite seasoning, adobo. I'm going to add some soul seasoning. I've got this also from a Caribbean grocery store, but you know, you can put your own blends together. I'm going to go in with some garlic, ginger, and pimento seasoning. I'm going to add some pimento allspice. I'm going to go in with some paprika. I'm going to put a little bit of ground ginger in there. And now I'm adding my all-purpose Spikes seasoning. It's my special blend I'll be selling soon. You're going to put a little bit of oil. I use canola oil. You can use vegetable oil. You can use a little bit of olive oil if you like. Now you're going to mix that all in together. You want to make sure it's all the meat is covered in the seasoning. And you're going to rub it together. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of browning. Not a lot. I'd say half a cap. And you're going to massage that in to the oxtail. Now that the oxtail is pre-seasoned, I'm going to put it in the fridge overnight till I'm ready to cook it the next day. Alright guys, it is the next day. I'm ready to start browning my oxtails. If you can smell the amazing aroma that's coming off of this meat, yummy. Alright, to my hot Dutch pan, I have oil in it, or we call it Dutch pot. I'm going to place the oxtails in the Dutch pot to brown. I'm going to scrape off all the onions and seasonings. I want to save that for later. Alright, I placed my first batch in. I want it to be brown on both sides. I have flipped them over. You want that dark brown to it. You don't want to burn it. You just want to brown your oxtail, guys. All right, I'm going in with my next batch. And this is the seasoning that was left over from the oxtails that we're going to keep to make our gravy. Here is my pan full of my browned oxtails. Yummy, yummy. All right, guys, I'm going to add all my oxtails back into the pot with all the drippings. You want everything in there. Now I've chopped up one whole onion. I'm going to add that into it. And then I'm going to pour in hot boiling water. Guys, you only want to add hot water to your oxtail. So while they're cooking, always have a kettle with hot water going. And I'm going to cover these oxtails and I'm going to cook them until they're tender. So you're going to keep on stirring your oxtails. I have my stove on like a 7-8. You're going to make sure it's not sticking to the pot. You're going to keep on adding water until they are tender. Now I'm going to teach you guys a trick. So a lot of Caribbeans use the canned lima beans. I use a dry lima bean. So when I add in the water to my oxtails to cook it down, I'm going to add in the dry lima beans. So you're going to pour them in a bowl. Then you're going to wash them. And then you're going to add them to the pot of oxtails while you're cooking them to make them tender. These will cook at the same time. All right, now I'm going to add them to the pot after I wash them. Excuse the smoke, guys. Do you see how my gravy has turned dark? That's from all the brown bits that were left at the bottom of the Dutch pot that we did not rinse out. This is going to help make your nice brown gravy. All right, this is me checking on my oxtail. I've added a little bit more water and I'm still going to cook it down some more because they're not as tender as I would like them. All right, guys, my oxtails are tender. I'm going to add in the onions that were left in the seasoning bowl to make the gravy. So I've added in the onions, the extra seasonings I had left in the bowl, all the drippings, everything to my pot. And I'm going to reduce this and cook it down. At this point, you can add some seasoning. I'm going to go in and add a little bit of my all-purpose spice seasoning that I'll be selling soon, guys. But you guys can go in with some seasoning salt if you want. Just taste your gravy to see if you feel like it needs more salt. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of ketchup. You don't have to, but it's a Caribbean thing. It's a little tiny bit of ketchup. Remember, I did this step when I felt that my meat was tender. Not almost at the point where it's falling off the bone, but not quite. All right, if you can see, my gravy is thickening up nicely. Sorry, guys. And the oxtails are soft and tender. Here's a finished product, guys. Here is my oxtails with lima beans, rice and peas, and a side of asparagus. Hope you guys enjoyed my recipe. Till next time, peace.